Hello everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84, and I'm having a look today at my pretty sickly grapefruit. This is a Star Ruby. I've had it for 2 or 3 years. It has flowered at times. In fact, it's got flowers on it now, but actually the plant is really very sickly. I think it stems back to last year, when unfortunately we did have a very hot dry spell last year, and I didn't realise it needed watering, and it ended up with dying back badly due to roots overheating and lack of water. And I actually repotted it, but at that time I wasn't using what I called the Citrus 511 mix, and although it had a fair bit of bark and perlite in it, I think the compost is too heavy and unoxygenated for the plant to recover properly. And I've noticed it's once again getting it's got quite a lot of dieback on it, various tips. It has tried to, it looks dying back here, it's tried to flower, and it's put out a few leaves, but I think, to be honest, the flowers are more stress related. I think the plant's in stress mode rather than flowering because it's healthy. So what I've decided to do is take it out again, out of the pot today. I'm going to prune back the growth a fair bit to try and take the strain off the roots. I'm going to wash all the roots off. Sorry, it's a bit out of focus, it's the sunshine causing that. I'm going to wash all the roots of the existing soil off and have a look at them, and if there's, as I suspect, quite a few areas of dead root, what I'll do is I'll try and trim back and cut off the dead roots, because I know at the beginning of the season when I lifted this plant, it basically fell out the pot because it had so few roots on it. So there are not enough roots to support this size of plant. So I think it's a case of, if I don't repot it into the 511 now, it's gradually going to die back and deteriorate to the point where it can't be saved. So I think it's best to take action now. So I'm going to make up some 511 mix. I'm going to put this into a bucket of water, and then once I've washed the soil off, we'll flip the camera around and let you have a look and see what the roots look like on it. So I'll see you in the next part of the video. Okay, so welcome back to part 2 of the video now. As you can see, I've absolutely washed the roots clear. They actually look on the whole very healthy, so I don't know why the plant's struggling so much. However, what is interesting is the roots were only in the top half of the pot. They hadn't gone down into the lower part whatsoever. All it had was the surface feeder roots, not the not what I call the anchorage roots, and the ones that draw the water up from lower down. So I've decided to repot. I'm completely using the 511 mix. It was a little bit heavy, the soil in the bottom of the pot. I've cut the plant back quite a lot as well, taken a lot of the dead growth off because it had a lot of dieback on it, and some of the other main stems I've cut back quite hard. So what I'm hoping to do now is obviously get this potted up with the fresh 511, which I hope is within the next month or two, while we've still got warm weather, rejuvenate it. Now it is crucial to pot these citrus so that the feeder roots are just under the surface. Now obviously I've washed literally all the compost out of the roots, so it needs a very good shake to get the new compost to go back in between the roots. So what I'm potting it in, basically, I call it a 511. It's basically 5 parts orchid bark to 1 part perlite to, in this case, 1 part peat. Now normally that would be purely the mix I'd use and nothing else, but I have actually added 1 part of coarse sand to this one to improve the drainage even more and the aeration, and I've also put 1 part, well, no, about half a part of charcoal in to absorb any chemicals of the wrong sort out of the compost. I added a little bit of mycorrhizal fungi to try and enhance the root growth, and a little bit, a very, very small amount of food as well. Now I could, to give this more protection and strengthen it possibly, I could put it in the summer house where it's going to be a little bit warmer, but I don't think, as we're still, this is right at the end of August I'm doing this, I still think the plants would be alright for a good couple of months outside, so there should be enough time for it to put on a little bit of growth if this repotting rejuvenates the roots a bit, and we'll see if this makes a recovery, because it's a shame because it's not been looking well for a long time. So I thought, I've put it in the same size pot. I've drilled more holes in the pot because I was worried there wasn't enough drainage, and with that sort of very orchid bark based compost, that should open up the roots and let them breathe better, and hopefully we'll get some growth on this before the end of the season, in which case I'll obviously feature in an update video. Anyway, thanks very much for watching the video. Please give me a thumbs up. You can share if you think this might be useful to anybody. Please subscribe to my channel if you aren't a subscriber already, and remember to click on the bell if you'd like to know when new videos come out. And if you've just joined my channel, I have got a lot of playlists, and some of them have got, you know, dozens and dozens of videos in about subjects like repotting and bare rooting citrus, for example, if you're having a lot of problems with your plants. So you may wish to go and have a look at the playlists if there's anything that particularly interests you. So thanks for watching again, and I'll see you in the next video. Brett out for now.